Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Hero Guide, and today we will be looking at Mobile Legend hero Dyrroth. Dyrroth is a fighter hero that is able to regenerate his health according to the damage he deals to the enemy, and deals double damage when he releases Circle Strike to the enemy. Now let's take a look at his skill. Passive, Wrath of the Abyss. When Dyrroth's rage reaches 50%, he will enhance Burst Strike and Spectre Stab. After 2 basic attacks, Dyrroth will release Circle Strike, dealing more damage to enemies, and regenerating his health according to the damage he deals to the enemy. Burst Strike and Spectre Stab cooldown effects will decrease by 1 second when Dyrroth hits an enemy. First skill, Burst Strike. Dyrroth releases Burst Strike in a designated direction. Each Burst Strike deals damage to enemies and slows them for 1.5 seconds. Once Dyrroth's passive is enhanced, Burst Strike will have a longer range that deals double damage and its slow effect will be doubled. Second skill, Spectre Stab. Dyrroth dashes in the designated direction, dealing damage to enemies. When he uses his skill again, he will lock onto a target and release Fatal Strike, dealing more damage and reducing enemies' physical defense by 50% for 4 seconds. Once Dyrroth's passive is enhanced, Fatal Strike will deal more damage, slow the enemy, and reduces 75% of enemies' physical defense for 4 seconds. When Dyrroth is at level 3, I recommend using combo tip 1, which is basic attack, spectre stab, and burst strike. The reason is because basic attack is able to activate Dyrroth's passive. After 2 basic attacks, when using spectre stab, Dyrroth is able to slow the enemy and release Fatal Strike to the enemy before killing the enemy with burst strike. Ultimate, a decent strike. Dyrroth quickly charges and releases a Fatal Strike, dealing damage and slowing the enemy by 55% for 0.8 seconds. Dyrroth needs time to release Fatal Strike. Therefore, ensure that the enemy is low in health in order to KO the enemy with Fatal Strike.
Who would recognize someone as weak as you?
Dyrroth is encouraged to use basic attack and burst strike to deal damage to enemies. Once the enemy's health is 50%, use Spectre Stab to get close to the enemy and lock the enemy before killing the enemy with a decent strike. Recommend build 1 is only for farming, and when the Retribution spell is used. The reason is because Raptor Machete is a jungling item that goes together with Retribution spell only. Once another spell is used, the jungling item is unable to be used during the match. Raptor Machete will help Dyrroth quickly get to level 4 during the early game in order to get kills during the match. The other build is to help Dyrroth to reduce cooldown effects and also increase Dyrroth's damage in order to quickly get kills during team fights. Recommend build 2 is suitable for matches that don't require Retribution spell. Raptor Machete is replaced by Immortality in order to ensure Dyrroth's survival during the match. The reason is because since Dyrroth leveling up is lower compared with Retribution spell, he needs Immortality to protect him during a team fight. I recommend Retribution spell because once Raptor Machete is equipped, it will help Dyrroth quickly farm into level 4 in order to kill an enemy with his ultimate during team fight. Flicker spell and Spring spell are recommended to escape from damage during team fights. Vengeance spell will deal double damage to enemy when Dyrroth receives damage from enemy which is beneficial during team fight. That's all for today's episode of Hero Guide Dyroth. Thank you for watching. Please help to like the video and subscribe to support the channel. And I'll see you next time in Hero Guide. Bye.